evening, YouTube. And thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for another night of hot topics and social commentary. A couple things I want you guys to do for us before we get started. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Press that big thumbs up button for me, you guys. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing or give us your thoughts on the topics that we're covering this evening. And also make sure you press the notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And also be sure to share my channel with everyone you know. Share it on all your social media platforms. Get the word out about JoJo Speaks. We want to expand, you guys. My crew is back, including Tyrone this time, y'all. We got Jennifer, Mike, and Tyrone. What's going on, y'all?
Hi.
We all here together. Yes. One of the things that stuck out to me this week, well, not this week, I think it happened last week, but CEO of WWE, Vince McMahon, he has retired in his 70s. I was very, very surprised to see that happened. I thought he was going to hold onto that until the day he died. But yes, he has retired. I'm not sure who's going to take over as CEO. I'm assuming it will be Stephanie McMahon. I'm assuming it will be her. Because Shane is involved in the wrestling industry, but he's not as deeply involved as Stephanie has been, especially in the last couple of years. She's been really been putting her foot down in the industry. So shout out to Vince McMahon. He's done a lot for wrestling, a whole lot for wrestling. I was a huge wrestling fan coming up. Of course, I love WWF more than I did WCW, but my favorite wrestler was Sting in WCW. So he was the only reason why I still stayed watching that. But anyways, so on to the hot topics of the week. So Jennifer.
Regina says, hi, y'all. And she also says, ooh la la, Mike, you look gorgeous.
Well, quite thank you. I did it for Beyonce. I will come out tomorrow. Renaissance.
Yes. Shout out to B. So speaking of B, we might as well just get into the BT. Okay. So in this new album, Beyonce is doing a lot of sampling, and she's got quite a few features as well. Well, not a lot of sampling. Mike, please don't do that.
No, you don't. What you're not gonna do is do Beyonce, Giselle knows Carter.
I'm not trying Beyonce. I'm just stating facts here. So it's been reported that she is using a lot of sampling, and sampling is a good thing. P. Diddy samples all of the time. So a lot of people sample. It's a good thing in the music industry. So Beyonce is sampling one of Khalees's songs. And Khalees has come out about her displeasure in this happening. Now, on the technical side of things, I do not believe that Khalees is listed as a producer on the song. I believe it's only the Neptunes. So therefore, Beyonce did everything right. Of course, Beyonce is going to do everything right legally if she's going to use someone else's music in her own music. So, but Khalees is still upset about it, and also she's got a thing going on with the Neptunes as well. So that's kind of mashed up all intertwined together. But Khalees is not happy about this. Now, she didn't come at Beyonce's neck like for real. She didn't come out the side of her neck, or she didn't come out of pocket in any way. But she just stated her issues with the fact that Beyonce was using her sample, even though she doesn't necessarily own it. Do you guys think that she's justified in her anger?
Me as a stan, Khalees should be happy that somebody even wants to use her music. Okay, me as just a person who puts myself in people's shoes, also, I mean, you should be happy also, Khalees, that Beyonce even mentioned you on the album as a feature. So even though you didn't have the right to your own music, that's not no fault of Beyonce's. Even though you're not blaming Beyonce, but you mentioned her name, and when you mention her name something negative, we Beehive just take offense to that on behalf of Beyonce, because we know she's not gonna say nothing at all. So we're gonna handle it for her. So Khalees, shut up.
Oh.
Be mad at Pharrell.
Yeah.
Pause. Why is Beyonce sampling? I'm sorry, Jennifer, I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
It's okay.
Beyonce sample. Everybody samples. It's always recycled music.
That is certainly true. Yeah. Just answer that, Regina. Basically, there's unfortunately a lot of nothing new under the sun. So Beyonce certainly in great company with the sampling, and I don't mind it. I enjoy a good revamp. But as far as our sis
Yeah.
Khalees, here's the thing. I think she said Beyonce's name so that she can get her issue out just a little bit louder. I believe
Mm.
that's really all that was. But she does need to be more vocal on who she's actually upset at, and which is the people that have bamboozled her, which
Mm.
is Pharrell and Chad. She was under the impression. Hold on now. What are you doing? She was under the impression that it would be a 33 split for the music for her first two
Now,
albums.
why would she do that?
She was
for her
under
album.
the impression
Mm.
for her first two albums that that was the split. It turned out just to be a 50-50 split with Pharrell and Chad.
But
Mm.
I'm
And
pretty
she
sure
was
they put. I'm pretty sure they
Go
put
ahead.
money behind her that she didn't probably make it in the album sales.
Mm-mm.
she was actually done wrong in this situation. Now, of course, it
Boo-hoo.
really digs deeper into her wounds for somebody to actually appreciate the music that was created
Right.
and, you know, sample it in that way. And I'm sure she's seeing all the dollar bills, y'all, that she won't be able to see simply because she doesn't have any rights to any of the things that they created when she was under the impression that she would. She was bamboozled.
Now, let me say, but Beyonce did mention her as a feature, so she still will get something correct.
No, she don't
No.
own it, baby.
Also, Beyonce just did her a favor and did her part.
She was Beyonce was really nice.
being nice.
Yes,
Mhm.
She was nice, Khalees.
she was being.
Right.
So next time you have behind the scenes, don't come for Beyonce out loud.
The song is actually not out yet.
Right.
It's
Oh,
out
okay,
in France,
okay.
though.
It better be the best song on
it's
the
in
album.
France.
Mhm.
Well, ooh la la to that.
And what song is it featuring? Also, what song of Khalees song is it featuring?
That's what I wanted to know.
I don't know. It's
I
just
don't know
that
either.
it wasn't made clear. But we shall find out tomorrow, of course. Like, come on.
I'm gonna skip it.
Well, still, you still won't be supporting Khalees regardless. Once again, in the papers, in the legalities, she doesn't own it. And real quick, Regina said she is huge. So why would she need to sample, create your own? I'm just puzzled.
All the greats have sampled somebody's music. Are also did this whole song entirely over in their own right. As speaker one who's not here anymore, Whitney Houston, she doesn't own none of her songs, but are they good songs and are they samples or remakes of everything?
A lot of them are.
Her number one hit, "I Will Always Love You," is Dolly's Parton song. That's
Yes.
a remake.
Right.
Facts.
A lot of her, a lot of really good singers back then
Yeah.
were just redoing other people's songs.
Covers.
Naughty Girl.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Like-
a sample
Naughty Girl
of,
was a cover.
it's a sample
Like
of late what's Donna Summers.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Aretha did almost nothing but covers near the beginning of her
In the
career.
end too.
So
Thursday Fire.
right. But sampling is a great thing. One of my favorite samples of all time was Kendrick Lamar sampling Janet Jackson
Yes.
for that song with
Poetic
Drake.
Justice.
Poetic Justice. And that was a good song, a great
That was
song.
really good.
Right. So
Yeah.
I feel like sampling when it's done right.
There's
Um,
still
it's-
an art to it. There
Let
is
me-
some kind of.
And
you know,
let me also hit Miss Regina where it hits home. Gospel artists also Clark's sister, Shalonda Adams, all sample music too.
this is very true.
Right. You
Clark's
Bought the
sisters just did it on
Sunshine
their
is a
album.
sample of
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
Kurt Franklin.
Kurt Franklin samples as well.
He samples a lot.
Everybody samples.
But it is a chance that Khalees could get a piece.
If I was Beyonce and know I'm the greatest thing
Beyonce.
alive, I would just girl here. Here
I-
goes
Right,
$100.
right.
Shut up.
No.
A piece
You're
of
gonna
the
get
song
you're gonna get this small piece of the song, like 5%.
because it's your voice.
Because it's
possibly.
your voice in the
I
sample.
think that might have been what she might have been really angry about. There's a possibility, and of course, once again, we won't know till tomorrow.
Right.
There's a possibility that her voice was used
Right.
So maybe that's why she put her name as a feature, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
we can say, yes, it's her voice, and maybe she might get a little bit. But as far as her not being notified, child, the girl, the not the girl, excuse me, the grown woman that did that she sampled for Break My Soul, she didn't know till the song came out, and or even after that, to her cheering saying, Beyonce sampled your song, mama.
Well,
Wow.
was it her song or she on the rights?
No, yeah, it's her song.
Well, so she probably got paid for it then, or she'll get paid starting tomorrow.
Yeah, she
She already got paid for it now.
yes, she will be getting paid for it.
Don't
Yes,
start no stuff, Jennifer. You know people like to hear things that wrong with it.
As
he is a music industry major. He has graduated.
I have
music
degrees
business
in music business.
Music business. What's it called? Your master's.
Yes. I have a master's in entertainment business.
Go ahead, Dr. Tyrone.
Okay.
The reason why you weren't notified was because your publishers
didn't tell you.
Suck.
Oh no!
Your publisher is the one that's supposed to notify you about samples and features on TV, movies, etc.
Because Beyonce technically didn't need to call her. Period.
Nope. Yeah,
to call you.
You can call your publisher.
Call the people that
they go straight to the publisher.
Exactly.
And in fact, business-wise, you can skip the publisher and just go to a known agency called the Harry Fox Agency.
He know the agency.
And just cut a check.
There we go. That's it. That's all I needed. Thank you.
That's all we need. They do all the negotiation for you. Cut the check. The sample's clear.
Right.
Well, police, I hope you're listening today. So don't mention Beyonce's name anymore in your disputes.
And maybe you might be able to get a beautiful array of flowers like the other lady that got.
Oh yeah.
Beyonce gave her flowers.
Yeah.
For her passing away.
Yeah.
It was very nice and sweet. Maybe you could get some flowers too, Khalees.
Oh, she won't get the flowers. Not now.
Nah.
She won't get a dime now. I guarantee. Beyonce might not say nothing, but she ain't gonna kiss your ass either.
Oh no, that will never happen. But
she was like, "It wasn't my fault. Why is she fussing at me?"
She's not gonna do that much. She probably don't.
No.
She probably don't hear Khalees even know about it right now. Know about it.
And this just reminds me of what's her name in Dawn with Lucy Pearl.
Oh, child.
And crying foul to Raphael. So.
Lucy Pearl, the lady.
Lucy Pearl. Oh,
I want to dance tonight.
I want to dance.
Yeah, okay.
They ain't get her corn up front, bro.
Right. So we'll see where this goes, but hopefully, Khalees will get her due. But in other news,
can I do some more comments?
Oh yeah.
Giving us a lot. Okay.
I can hear it.
My 3-year-old nephew sampled a song. I think it's called Shark Tales. Okay.
Yep.
Please go ahead. Or maybe it's Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Shout out to Baby Shark.
Right.
And she said, Dr. Tyrone.
Yes, Dr. Tyrone.
And Mike said, go on, Dr. Tyrone. She's really enjoying herself. Ciao. Okay.
So in our next story, the fabulous Real Housewife of Atlanta, Miss Sheree Whitfield, has been reportedly linked to Mr. Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Or DC. Is it Huntsville or DC?
Huntsville.
It's Huntsville.
Huntsville. Okay. So apparently Mr. Martell Holt has a reputation, a certain reputation. And so therefore, for me, it wasn't surprising that Sheree would be seen with this man. Because for me, and I believe I said this on the Juice Radio and Talk Show yesterday, I don't see Sheree with anyone. I really don't see Sheree with anyone. I don't see a man that will truly make Sheree like happy or complete Sheree, like her, like a better half for Sheree. Like for some reason, I just don't see it. And I don't know if it's because I don't think we'll ever get to know the real Sheree, or if it's because she's just closed off because of the bad relationships that she's had in the past. But what do you guys think of this new relationship that she seems to have conjured up?
Well, I mean, I know a lot of celebrities lie when they're getting interviewed about something new, but she did say they're not together. She's using him as a market, or using his brain as a marketing strategy to get She by Sheree out there to the public. Now, if that's the truth or not, I don't know. But let's say they are dating. Sheree does not know how to pick good men at all. She went from Bob Whitfield, who cheated on her and didn't pay child support, to a jailbird, back to Bob, back to the jailbird. Now she's with another cheater that he's been cheating on his wife in DC for who knows when. So, Sheree, if you wanted to have a good man, the past, you definitely not doing no research on the man at all. And instead of having Fatum look at Dree information, you need to have Fatum look up your people that you think about dating information. Use that nonsense for something that's probably going to help you in the future. And like I said yesterday on the Juice Talk show, everybody check that out on Wednesdays. Plug.
Okay.
Like I said yesterday, on the Housewives of Atlanta season 3, when they went to Africa, they did go to that person who does those. I don't know what he does, but he does rocks and bones and everything like that, and he can read the future. He did tell Kim that she's gonna have a boy named he had a boy. She had a boy. She told Sheree, she told Nee that she's gonna he told Kim that he's gonna get married and the man is here. That was tied. She did get married. She told Cynthia, while she was already married to somebody, that she's gonna get married again. And that has now happened. And he also told Sheree that she would never meet anybody else and she would not get married. So, I mean, the looks of it, he might know a little bit of something about them bones he read, okay?
Okay.
So why you collecting those bones and telling somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here, listen to them bones he told you years ago.
Okay.
So Sheree, I think Sheree's a nice person. I think everybody deserves love.
Absolutely.
And to be quite honest, I think Sheree, like I said yesterday, I think she's been hurt by so many men in the past, and probably before she even became a celebrity. She needs to really work some things out with her, like get some counseling, get something done, because I think that she really can make a nice girlfriend, maybe wife, but she has to also. She doesn't finish anything through. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, her clothing line has been since season 2. It's still not here. I think Sheree's the problem.
You
I'd agree.
Said a whole mouthful, Mike. I certainly do feel that Sheree is the problem. Now I have seen, gosh, can I say allegedly? I guess I'll say allegedly for the show. What's that show called again, guys?
Housewives of Atlanta.
No, the show that Funky Dinah was on. I saw that.
TGIF.
The TGIF show. Funky Dinah said that he heard from a source that's close to Martell that he's actually upset that she's even saying that they are, talking or anything like that. Like he was supposedly making a pool for her. Like
she didn't say that they was talking as like being dating.
Yeah, but what are they doing though?
She said
taking selfies.
Words out her mouth was he's helping her get ready for the clothing line, picking his brain basically. She said they're good friends. She said somebody hooked me up with to help She by Sheree.
How is he doing that?
Then that's the question you asked Sheree, because we don't. Nobody knows.
Because the brains to the operation that he had was his ex-wife. So I'm not sure because like from what we hear, he ain't exactly the smartest young man on this earth, okay?
So sounds like it'd be another spring, summer, September.
Yeah,
before we
right.
But
summer, September.
Yes, I do certainly believe that she needs to really get some help and get more to herself before she tries to get somebody else. And I believe that is why it continuously turns out to be a fail for her to get with somebody, because she's not checking herself first and making herself happy. I believe she's looking into other men to find joy and happiness in those relationships, and she feels like she needs a relationship. But until she's able to fully make herself happy and to find joy with herself, men will continuously see the self-deprecating woman that she is. She don't think highly of herself, because if you are okay, not saying that it's a bad thing, but if you are seriously okay with waiting on somebody to get out of jail after years, and then after probation, you are, okay, maybe we can try to get together now, or just be together with somebody like that for all that time, at what point are you considering yourself? Selfish is not a bad word. It's actually a really great thing.
It
because
is.
you need to get
Mhm.
to you. You need to understand what makes you happy.
Preacher.
She
Right.
she is not doing that, which she clearly isn't. She's never going to find anybody. And to be honest, I do believe that that man that had the bones is correct, just like he was correct with everybody else. Unless she finds a different path and decides to live for Sheree.
When you were saying, self is not that bad to be selfish. Iyanla Vanzant has said it the best. I love watching her show, the reruns, because it doesn't come on anymore. But
Right.
I learned so much from her in that waddle. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like how she laughed and everything. But anyway, she always said on the Oprah show, she said, "My cup runneth over. What's in my cup is for me. What runneth over is for y'all." I said,
That's it.
Right.
And she said, "Well, my cup is not running over. I don't have nothing to give to nobody else." So
Right.
she said, "Self-full, not selfish, but
Self-full.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah,
And
I love
as you
it.
can see, it looks like she has nothing to give these men because they feel so free to do whatever they want on her.
Exactly.
I'm just like, Tyrone, anything to say about women who is picking the wrong man constantly, and then also blames the man for not being good enough when you know the man is no good when you first meet him?
And I don't know if Sheree's personality or like just her being her is conducive to a relationship.
It's both.
It's both.
Okay.
It's both.
Because your personality is you. They are both tied together.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And I believe she'd become, if she decides to really, first of all, address the issues, because that's really a lot of people's problems. When you refuse to address the issues in your life, if you choose to ignore them as if they're not there, they're going to continue to manifest outwardly. People are going to see it hanging off your clothes. It's never going to go away until
accountability.
And be real about that. Even if somebody did something to you and they never apologized, if you could just work through the process of forgiving them, if you could work through the process of just coming to peace with yourself about the situation, then you'd be in a better life. You don't need nobody else to have that experience.
I wanted to put this question on Facebook, but sometimes when it's so serious, people get in their feelings and think that I'm maybe picking on one species, which is the female that I'm talking about. Even though how you doing? I still am a man down heart, and I still even though man does F up a lot, but I just know that there are really some good men there, and they're not innocent, and women are not innocent either, and everything. But the question I was going to say is, does women take accountability for their own reasons of why things may not have happened for them in a relationships? Because on Facebook, you always see that man this or that man that, this man this man that. It's never that. What if a man come on Facebook and start spilling things like women do?
Right.
Then you'll start to hear what women, but it's always what the man doesn't do. And what did you not do in a relationship then? Because it just didn't happen all by yourself. Yes, it is some bad man, but accountability is
I don't
the best.
pay attention to stuff like that. Because there is absolutely no way you are an angel in every situation. When it comes to a relationship, there's no way that you were a total angel. Even if you were doing everything right and he stepped out, but you decided to look past that. You decided to ignore your intuition. That's something that you decided to do. And
that's why I respect Rihanna so much, because she took accountability for her situation with Chris Brown. She said, "No, I wasn't innocent." You know what I'm saying? In this situation. So what happened. It still happened, and that it should not have happened, but it happened.
You remember that? Does that make it okay?
Yes.
No, that doesn't make it okay, but
no.
I still respect her, because for me personally, and I know I don't condone any kind of violence, but I think that women abuse men more than men abuse women. Now I know neither one is correct, but I know from my own eyes, sometimes not saying men is correct or not saying it's right, but they are provoked sometimes to.
I do agree.
Sometimes they just black out because the women is yelling, cursing, hitting, and then you know men are strong. They can flick you, and then you be outside the other side of the wall.
Right. I believe women emotionally do that.
Yes.
Do that emotionally rather than physically. Now, some of them do get physical. Don't get me wrong. I know that some women do get physical with their men, but I believe that it's a lot of Black women's mouths that get them in trouble, and that get them a nice slap across the face.
Not the hammer design.
I'm sorry, Tyrone. How are you feeling about this?
Well, I did ask Tyrone earlier, but
may we kindly have your thoughts, because I had a whole sermon. My bad.
Man,
I know there's a lot we got to cover now.
It's a lot that I gotta go back that was said here, because Sheree, as she continues to try to find herself, I feel like she's in that space of, not per se, I need this man to help define me, but I'm seeking this man to justify who I am.
Right.
Yes.
Because without this king by my side, I can't stand in what I am, and I know who I am because I don't have this validation beside me.
Right.
So she a man
a lot of women fall into that space of finding their trophy husband.
Right. But you know what? The thing is, I really don't even see Sheree desiring to be with anyone. I don't even think she wants to be with anyone.
She doesn't want to be alone.
That's it.
That's
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Being with somebody. There are two different things there.
Especially being in such a huge house.
Gorgeous.
Right. A huge house.
And you got you and your big dog and sometimes your kids.
Right.
I'm sorry, if I had a huge house like that, to be honest, we all be up in there.
Right.
We'd all be up in there, and then I will have some.
We won't miss each other.
Okay.
And still be going live like this.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, and then we still be in the same house on the same internet trying to figure.
Exactly. Child.
So I get that, but let me quickly get all these. Regina been talking. Let's see what she has to say. She said it started poor Sheree. The voodoo man done it for her. She did say it's the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Make sure you type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And she said Sheree uses the wrong people for her business deals, Dwight, etc.
Dwight helped her out. She was
he did.
He did. Lord help us. She was waiting years for a criminal to get out of jail when all these free men walking around here in Georgia. Okay.
Well, it's Georgia, girl.
Oh Lord. Anyway, she said, "I like that, Mike. A full cup," and that is so true. We got to operate off of a full cup for ourselves. We don't need to search for anybody to pour us up. Anyway, it's kind of like Sheree put a spell on herself. She needs Jesus to remove that spell. And then she said, Luther Vandross said a house is not a home when there's no
one there.
Now,
turn the key.
Just to clarify, that was not a spell or anything that was put on Sheree or any other ladies. He was basically
telling their future.
Oh, yeah,
right.
But the spell is she did nothing to alter that.
Yeah.
She let that define her and became truth.
I do agree with that.
Because
I'm thinking that maybe she just didn't give much credence to it at all. I think maybe she just shrugged it off.
When everything started happening, for every other lady, everything came to pass. You got to open up your eyes, sis, and we need to find another way to get it done, because it doesn't have to be this way. You could still get married if you start to make some changes.
Right. And I just don't see that happening. I really just don't. But that's
I can see it happening, but like Jen said, she got to make the change within
Yeah, it's
first.
possible, but she got to make that change. And
Everything
I don't believe she
has
thinks
to
she's
start
got a
within.
problem.
And the words of Iyanla, do the work.
Right, do the work. That's a great segue into our final hot topic, which is I don't know. Well, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the pastor Whitehead from New York, whose church was robbed at gunpoint by 4 masked men. Allegedly robbed. Yeah, we do have to say allegedly because.
Well, I mean, we know it was robbed. It might be another Justin Smollett situation, though, but.
Right. There's no that we don't know the full issue. But so Larry Reed, who is a very popular church commentator, he was having a live on Instagram with Pastor Genesis. And they were discussing this particular event. And Mr. or Pastor, Bishop, whatever he calls himself, Mr. Whitehead then joined the live and proceeded to cuss both of them. Called both of them derogatory terms, called them both names, called Larry and Faggot, said that he was a beast, told him he was ugly. He told Pastor Genesis that she needed weight loss surgery. He called her Biggie Biggs instead of Biggie Smalls. He said that she was fat. He really went in, and he closed out the session with, both of y'all can kiss my ass. So, what are our thoughts of the actions of our preachers these days?
You know, I was about to say social media is not working in these churches' favor.
No, not at all.
You know, Kim Burrell with her sorry-ass apology, and then she going back on the pulpit last week and say, "Oh, y'all look pretty. Is that better?
Is that better? Right?
Is that better?" As another joke, then you got this pastor faking a robbery, allegedly, in his church. Then going live because people do not believe him. People are entitled to their own opinion. Then going live. You know what? This is just ridiculous. Like, I can understand how you would be frustrated and mad if this really did happen. Even if it didn't happen, nobody believes you. You still got to play the part of you being upset. But for you to be, you know what? Fuck it. These people that we look up to, these are not people. These are not gods. Okay,
right?
These are people who just teach you the sermon, and you have to find it for yourself still. So don't look at man to tell you or let you know, or don't look at man as God. Just look at them as preaching the word. That's all they do. They take the Bible and put it in words that we should know. Now, I don't know where anywhere in the Bible where it says faggot and all that other stuff in it, but I think that church should reevaluate that. Those members should reevaluate that church. I think they should not go there anymore because even though he's not God, I still want you to represent or be close enough that I can look up to you to come to you in my downtime or my healing time to talk to you. But now I know if it's something that you don't want to hear, am I going to be called out my name or be called big and smalls or something like that?
Right.
So I think that you have ruined it for your church members. If not, they're crazy as hell. And I think these pastors, like, yes, you're human, but the mistakes that you're making is unacceptable.
At all.
Right.
Tyrone.
Go ahead and speak it, Ty, real quick.
You're absolutely right, Mike. It is unacceptable for you to represent the kingdom that way. There is always a better way to getting your emotions out, getting your message out. And this wasn't it. You were quick to anger and you showed venom with it because you were hurt. We understand you were hurt because your church is hurting. That's what you said in your Instagram live. But what it really sounds like is, I'm mad at people coming at me for my decisions and what I've done in my life. That's their opinion. You can't come back at them for their opinion. You can say, hey, you're wrong. Agree to disagree and move forward. But you didn't do that.
I would have even done the interview.
Yeah, I believe he did that so that he can create more buzz about himself. Because, and especially the way that he did it, I believe that he's under the impression that, okay, I want more eyes on me. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go crazy on them. I'm going to say how I feel, cuss them out, make fun of them. I'm going to do whatever. And people should get behind me. And then after I do that, I'm going to go on my own live, which he did. It's like, he's just looking for fame. He believes he's actually famous as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, for the wrong things now.
Exactly. And then now all of this information is coming out about him, about his fraud conviction and all of those things. Like
that guy put out now.
Okay.
You're upset. What are you doing? When you upset us, baby, we don't hold nothing back, okay?
Right.
And also, like, I think it's okay.
It's not funny,
Just,
but it's funny.
It is funny. It's just kind of crazy to call somebody the F word, especially just because you feel like he might be. And like,
and he meant that too. He meant it.
He meant it. Absolutely.
And the thing about Larry, he's always been open about the things that happened to him. The only reason why he knows about fellatio personally is because he was molested.
Right. And then the fact that the pastor, the fact that the pastor brought up the fact that, oh, Larry, you've had semen in your mouth. You are a FAGGOT. Like, yo, like, why?
He said that?
Yes!
He said that. He said that on the live. I'm going to send you the live so you can watch it.
That church should be shut down.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
exactly.
He needs to be shut down.
Yeah, he needs to be shut down.
Because you are no longer representing love of Christ.
No.
Right.
At all. Because you lead by example, and you're definitely not leading by example with that.
And you're going to say, in addition to what Jonathan said, you're an abomination.
Well, you are too, sir.
He told him that he ugly.
You talked about how ugly he is, but you're ugly too.
Actually,
In your demeanor
Inside.
and
Right.
what you are presenting to the world.
Yeah.
So actually, you were holding the mirror up to yourself and
Exactly.
pointing at the world. And here, the problem is you, not everybody else.
And there's even rumors, and I'm going to make this clear: as rumors. It's not truth. They're just rumors going around that some of his family is questioning his sexuality himself.
Oh,
That's,
you know what? The fact that he called Larry a beast.
F word. Oh,
Now,
Jonathan, go ahead.
I've only heard this particular dig given by a drag queen by the name of Alyssa Edwards.
beast.
Beast.
Okay.
We all know that from the drag community, so it surprised me that he used that term and he used it so well. He knew exactly how to use the word and what sentence to use the word. I mean, that caught me by surprise.
He did say it just like that too. Lord.
Right, he did. He said you're a beast. Like he gave emphasis to that word. So, sir, and I know like New York is like an epicenter for the gays, and so of course he does have gay people in his life. I would put money on him having some gay people in his life.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I just felt like it was interesting that he just used that terminology. But
I also think he's trying to cover up as well, because you know people that have those feelings a lot of times are a little jealous of people that are able to live their life as they are. So when you start throwing around the F word, knowing how much how deep it can be of a cut.
Exactly.
And Larry was talking about how behind closed doors, like when he was around other pastors and he's there, he's using the F word, talking about it's like, why are you putting on so much behind closed doors? Man, it must be a situation.
It is a situation.
Well, maybe Kim Burrell had a point. He is ugly, and people do need to look at their friends and ask them some questions.
The other thing that stood out to me as well is how much he was trying to, quote unquote, promote how hard he is.
Right, exactly.
Real men don't do this.
So you're
That
a
is
fraud.
not in the behavior of real thugs and real men.
A convicted fraud at that.
Right.
You ain't got nobody's hood on your back.
He didn't even look scary.
Like the whole time he was talking, like if I just close my eyes, I would just think that I'm listening to some thug off of the corner. Like not a preacher, but a straight up thug. Like, you know, he kept on telling Larry, you know, you're not all that, you know, you're not tough. You know, giving that, you know, giving that masculinity thing that.
And I'm like, why are you on live yelling at me? You're not that tough either.
Right. Exactly.
You have to pour out all of this New York from you because you're like, I'm representing. You came to my hood, my city. Whoa.
Sir, who are you?
Who are you to call that your city?
Right, because prior to this robbery, we had no idea who you were, sir.
Let's keep
you had to stage a break-in to get known.
Right, and I just wanted
you have the keys to the city.
Right,
And we'll never have it.
And to me, like I didn't know if anyone was in the room at the time of the robbery, but the show that we just that we just finished on the Juice Talking Radio show, Regina stated that there were 25 parishioners in the church.
Yeah.
My mother said something very poignant yesterday. She said there was no screaming whatsoever that we heard at all. Besides the fact that besides the fact that the man in the corner just stood there like he was stuck. Like to me, the whole thing is just really, really fishy. And the fact that he said that there was a gun put in his daughter's face, no matter how old your daughter is, she's going to scream or say something if a gun is put to their face. But
if she don't, somebody else will scream.
Right. So, you know, it is what it is.
All you heard, it was really quiet, a whole lot of foot shuffling. Everybody get down.
You can hear a pin
like,
drop.
Shut up! Y'all hush! What? They didn't even do that. Did that at all?
No.
The only thing that they said was, "Don't anybody move.
Don't move.
Don't move.
Don't move."
Yeah, he lying.
Right. It just seems so fishy. So we'll see where this goes.
You know, for you to immediately drop to the floor when they come in, all right. That makes you real suspicious, like you knew they were coming for you specifically, like you were being targeted.
I probably would have, even as a pastor, I probably would have said, you know what, y'all guys calm down. Everybody just go on the floor and do what they say do. Okay, I'm getting on the floor. Just everybody just come down, let them do what they got to do. I probably would be talking in the mic still. I don't know if I would. Yeah, because at the point, everybody's in the Church of God, which is still, I'm over here representing this house right here. So I think I would have been the one that have been kind of calm everybody down, just let this take what they take and get the hell out.
But you know what's crazy? I've seen more pastors get upset and speak out against another pastor utilizing their pulpit and going over time than this.
Speaking of overtime, we don't want to go too much longer because we got P Valley to talk about.
Want to hear these comments?
Right. Let's get into the comments before we get into P Valley.
Real quick. Right.
Bam.
He did not put a spell. Wait. Right. He did not put the spell, but she has this following her. Moving forward.
Yeah.
The bishop showed poor character. Horrible. She also said, people look at the outside of men and women and they follow that. There is a reason Christ was born in a manger and was the son of a carpenter. Learn the lesson.
Learn it.
Okay.
The sad part is there are people that follow Satan to hell. And unfortunately, there are people that will follow this man to hell also.
And people are following Satan. Don't we know they're following Satan?
Oh, come on now. Pastor Genesis said she saw prophetically what he was, and that's why she stopped talking when she was in the live with Larry. Yes, I do remember that for sure. And lastly, yep, he laid down on the floor and put his face on the floor. He took his eyes off his congregation and off his wife
and child.
Wow.
and his child. Oof.
Now, it
Got to move on.
yeah.
You can say it real quick. Just real quick, Tyrone. Go ahead and get it off your chest.
Let him do it, Jan.
I'll save it.
I got your bet, Tyrone. Go ahead.
Because we got this P Valley. And
Okay.
I need to hear what y'all got to say.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have two bottoms banging each other.
Oh my Lord.
Well, Regina, you absolutely right. He took his eyes off his prize.
Off the flock.
And
I'm glad you lighten things up, Mike. All right, so in this new episode of P Valley, Jennifer is watching now, so she can participate in the discussion. We open with, in my opinion, the best P Valley opening I have ever seen, with the amazing Loretta Devine playing Grandma Ernestine, singing "Till You Come Back to Me" by Aretha Franklin. Did she not slay that song, or did she not slay that song?
She sung it.
She sounded good, like really, really good. I first of all, I had never heard the song before watching this particular episode. So I went back and heard Aretha's version. I actually like Loretta's version a little bit better than Aretha's version, but they're both amazing versions of that particular song. And during that flashback, first of all, I didn't notice that it was Laurel because she looked so young in that first wig and the first little outfit. I think it was supposed to show the 60s or the 70s.
Years.
But it seemed like it was a foreshadowing, because after she finished performing and as she was finishing the song, and I love the way that she ended the song, she was in the pink, and then her daughter showed up in the pink and all white, and she had a cocktail in her hand, and she said, "Come on, Mama, come on and have a drink and relax. It's time." And Loretta said, "No, baby, not yet." What did you guys think of that opening? I thought it was beautiful.
No, they say when somebody dies, their life flashes before their eyes. I feel like that's what was going on in that moment, where she was probably about to go to heaven, and her daughter came. The day people come and get you, but she wasn't ready, so she just said no.
Yeah, all I could say, oh Lord, she gonna go.
She's about to go. Yeah, that's all I could say. Lord, not Loretta Devine. Oh my God.
But no, to be honest, as soon as she got COVID, I knew.
Right. Exactly.
All of her previous stuff, like, dealing with the diabetes and things that they have to regulate on her, I knew that she gonna go.
And to see her looking so young at the beginning of that episode, I'm starting to think that maybe they used some makeup to make her look older than she really is, because it seems like she looks older as Grandmother Ernestine to me than she does in real life. But that's just my opinion on her.
She didn't have no makeup on at all playing her Ernestine, and the wig and the clothing make clothing makes her older.
It ages her, yes.
Gotcha. That
then
makes
her
sense.
talking, and she always sound old.
Right. So this particular episode only had two major storylines. So we'll start with the Mercedes and Terica storyline. So we find out that Terica is quite far along already. She's showing already. I mean, I was surprised to see that she was showing. But anyways, that is true. That is very true. But Mercedes and Terica take a trip to the clinic. Just to give her, say what?
In Jackson.
Yes, in Jackson, and gives her options. We don't know what she's going to choose. How did you guys feel about this segment of what a mother goes through when her child ends up pregnant?
Well,
I'll go first. It was a special situation in this particular moment because Mercedes literally went through the same thing
At the same age.
at the same age. So first you feel like, you failed as a mother because she's pregnant. She's literally going down the same route that you went down. And also, as you could see throughout the whole episode, she kept on going back to when it was her time, when she was pregnant, and how her mother reacted and how she wanted to make it better for her daughter. And I believe that this is exactly what the whole trip was about.
Right.
Giving her daughter a choice when her mother never gave her that choice.
And before you go, Mike, really quickly, I wanted to say those scenes of Patrice, those flashback scenes of Patrice caught me by total surprise because I wasn't even paying attention. It took me a while to realize who it was. And then when she started beating on Mercedes, I was like, oh my goodness. But it didn't surprise me at all. Go ahead, Mike.
I know this scene was probably shot way before this new thing with the abortion stuff.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what I was about to say. But anywho, I don't know what a mother would go through with their child and came up pregnant. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think if I was a father of a child and my daughter was 16 and she was pregnant. Of course, I think I'd be like Jen. I'll be very hurt because I know I have told your parents, don't go out here and let no nappy head boy talk you into laying down with them. And then also, I probably said protect yourself. And then when you come home, it's like, damn, like now I know you're having sex for sure. That's one hurt. Then now you got a child. And then what we gonna do after this?
Not only having sex, but not being smart about it. Like, that hurts.
You had no child. You have no sense of responsibility. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into because being an adult is hard. But being an adult at 16.
And just hearing her talk about having a baby. Child, let me tell you something. Yes, I watch P-Valley for the team. Okay? But, child,
we appreciate it.
And you're welcome. I was rolling my eyes the bulk of the time just thinking about how children fantasize playing house. How they fantasize like how it could be. Oh yeah, he gonna take care of me. He got a part-time job at Arby's.
Right. Yeah, that's what she said. That's exactly what she said.
That made me want to say curse words. Okay? Like
I was a child.
I was rolling my eyes and it's like, you want to fantasize like, oh, it's going to be easy. Somebody that has not stepped into adulthood or adulting doesn't know the value of anything. All she knew is that she had to buy food because her stand-in mother is out here getting drunk. And it's like, maybe she felt like she'd be able to take care of something because she actually was able to drive by herself. Hardly not being able to drive, of course. Going to the church to get some food and stuff like that. Like,
and also get some D.
I just felt sorry for her, and she didn't know what she was about to get herself into. Being a mother and what the cost of that is. Right.
And then also we had another side story before we get to Uncle Murder. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, Uncle Murder, that's pretty much who they are. But anyway, so it seems like Haley is trying to save Keyshawn. She saw Haley at the store, and then she came to Keyshawn's home and gave her a little backstory of her own. How do you think this Keyshawn thing is going to end? I feel like Keyshawn is going to end up killing Derek, and that's how she's going to get out. I see that's the only way of her getting out. Of course, she can call for backup from the Pink because they're going to be on her side. But how did you guys feel about Haley trying to help out Keyshawn, and how do you think Keyshawn is going to get out of this?
I don't think Keyshawn's going to pull the trigger. I think Haley, or possibly what's the guy that Keyshawn? Diamond. He might come. He gonna come out with a gun. Cause it's gonna be one time that he gonna beat Keyshawn behind, and Diamond's gonna be there or show up at the nick of time before Keyshawn about to die, and Keyshawn gonna let him pull that trigger.
Wow. Jennifer, what are your thoughts?
I'm super surprised that they gave Haley that to do. It's like you want to low key hate her because she wants
Right.
to destroy the pink.
Exactly.
And then what makes it even worse, especially with grandma, unfortunately, possibly going to glory. This was hers. This was all she had, and that went down to Uncle Clifford. And now Haley is just trying to profit off of all of this. Like, I don't like any of it. But Haley trying to do this does give her somewhat of a redeeming factor, simply because she knows how it is. She's gone through it, and thanks to Mercedes, she ain't going through it no more. So
Right.
I don't know, man. But I am curious to see how that would happen. And one thing I am going to be very upset about is if it doesn't happen before this season is over with.
Okay.
Correct. They need to nip this in the bud. And I also felt like the conversation that Haley and Clifford had at the club, with Haley saying, "No, I'm going to get you this money." Do you think it is a better payoff for Clifford to get a couple million at the cost of losing the club? Because I feel like that's a decent payoff.
That for me, I'm a person, I hold on to things until they disintegrate. Okay.
Right.
That's not only land, but that's a structure that's been in that family. I don't like it.
Gotcha.
I understand what you're talking about also, but for the right dollar, if you offer me $10 million
and he's getting 5, well,
and you offer me and you give me 5 million of that, I think I would have to take those memories and keep them as memories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would feel,
especially being that it's
way.
prime real estate. You're right. And then also with them talking about them possibly having some kind of stake in the entertainment in the casino itself, that actually kind of makes it even sweeter. So if all that's possible, I guess, I won't be too upset if they do sell it, but like where would we go from here if that would be the case? You know what I'm saying? Like, where would the show go? Because
it seems like it seems like they're going in the direction of selling the pink. So if they do sell it by the end of the season, then what is season 3 going to look like?
Yeah,
and hopefully they get a season 3 because they haven't been renewed as of yet by Stars, and we're on episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
see, that's why I personally don't believe it's going to be sold by the end of this season. That's how I feel. Because you got to have something for next time.
Right,
and,
right.
Unfortunately, everything is recorded. So I believe they've been recording as if they have another season to come back to.
Gotcha. And then last but not least, let's get into Uncle Clifford and Lil Murda reuniting after Big T took his own life. We're running out of time, so if you guys just want to give your quick thoughts on that, and then I'll let you guys know how I felt about it.
Well, I always thought that Lil Murda and Clifford was, for me, that's what I like to see, a feminine person and then a masculine person. Now, I didn't know it was going to be the opposite way around. Like, tonight I'm on the bottom and you on the top,
Right.
It was just a little like, and then he said, fill me up. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And let's just move on because I don't want to say nothing.
Right, yeah. Jennifer, go ahead.
Being that I watched everything in literally like a day and a half, I like Uncle Murda.
Uncle Lil Murda? Oh, okay. Both of them.
Uncle Clifford and Lil Murda.
You get it?
Okay.
I like that. I like their relationship. Everything seems so genuine as far as the attraction and the love. All of it is so sweet to me. So I was like, they get back together. As far as the hot relations, hey, you know what I'm saying? They do it, and everybody likes what they like. And if he like that, he like that.
And before you go, Jonathan, this is why I don't ever be with a skinny man. Because I know y'all saw the still picture of Lil Murda and Uncle Clifford together. with that big old bag. I just know that's how I would look around on Skinny Man. I was, you won't ever get me. No.
So as you all who watch JoJo Speaks knows, I am a huge advocate for Big Teak and Little Murder. So I was very overdramatic about this. I will say, I let it hit me a little bit harder than it should have. And I say this with love. I really like to see Little Murder and Uncle Clifford together because of what J. Alphonse Nicholson brings to that Little Murder character and the love that he shows for Uncle Clifford. I feel it's so genuine. And because it's so genuine, that makes it real for me. And so therefore, I do like to see it. However, when you spoil me by giving me another character like Big Teak, who is a beautiful man, who is fine as I don't know what, and he like checks all the boxes for me as far as a companion for Little Murder, with the exception of his mental thing that's going on, just aesthetics wise only. I'm very aesthetically minded. So for aesthetics, I just love to see Little Murder and Big Teak together. Like that's just sexy as F, all F to me. Like it just really is. So when I saw the scene coming, so I knew it was going to happen. I actually just fast forwarded through it. I just did not want to engage. I
like it because it just feel like it was meant to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think me and Jim.
Everything was so.
I know y'all are
them too, and I know Big Teak and them. You know they had their things, their relations or whatever. But no matter what, he would have had those mental issues.
Regardless. Right. Yeah. In a perfect world, Big T would get some help. And he would get the help that he needs before he takes his own life. But unfortunately, it was
in the words of Beyonce. Lil Murder said, "Give it to mama, give it."
All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. It's been a wonderful evening. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click the thumbs up button. Make sure you leave us a comment and make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Share JoJo Speaks with everyone you know. Jennifer, you want to get these comments out of the way?
Child, do y'all? Okay, I would like to invite y'all to watch Conscious TV. He is actually from Columbia, South Carolina.
He has beautiful hair. His hair game is
It's on point. Okay. So he recently referred to Bishop Whitehead, the pastor that we were talking about previously. Little Murder.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. Conscious does a very educated read. It's nothing like an educated reader.
Is he on TikTok?
No, he's on
YouTube.
Okay.
Please, yeah. I'll send you a video of something because he talks about a little bit of everything, and he's close to Larry Reed as well. So Larry Reed has been on his show a few times as well. So it's he's something else.
All right. So Mike, give us your social media contacts real quick before we get out of here.
Yes. Before I give you my social media contacts, just know everybody that the Queen is coming out tomorrow, the 28th. 29th Friday. Beyonce Renaissance. Cop that album, stream the album, listen to it, and make sure y'all play Khalees song so she can get shut the hell up, okay? Also, but you can find me on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Mr. Real 121. Also, I started taping. Yay! For my YouTube show. You know what? The name may change, but I think I'm gonna do 10 episodes and then go off and come back to 10 more, so I won't feel so like I gotta keep recording every week. So I'm gonna do 10 episodes. That's what I'm gonna go, and hopefully you guys like it, But yes, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, Mr. Real 121. Don't beat me there, beat me there.
Yes,
I love it.
Come on, Light of the Leo.
Hello. I am the light of the Leo. I am here for you. I hope to lighten up your life and bring you up another level. The Light of the Leo, that is not only my YouTube, but it's also my Instagram as well as my TikTok. Won't you come on over and enjoy? I am working on my struggle to be me. And I will continue to make more videos with that soon. We may all be together for my next my struggle to be me video. So you'll see that on YouTube, The Light of the Leo. I actually like spaced it out, so when you type in The Light of the Leo, you'll be able to find it versus putting it all together like that on YouTube.
Good.
Y'all come on over and watch my journey.
Yeah.
All right, Tyron, give us your social media contacts if you would.
Dr. Ty. Extraordinaire.
Lightning strikes twice. Thunder strikes none. Because it rumbles.
Okay, thank you.
I am your boy, Mr. TD McCullum, on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTuberations.
Yay!
Where you will find some interesting things that I may have produced as a videographer and as a musician. Music that doesn't sample. I do my own stuff. So there you can find my song. That is non-sample. Called Groove Reviews. And if I did sample, you're not gonna find it in that one.
All right.
All right. And then also you guys can find me on Instagram. I am JoJo_3020. On TikTok, I am JoJo_3020_. I'm also on Facebook, Jonathan Lee. Just type that out and I should pop right up. You can also email me at williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. Thank you guys once again for joining us this evening. Make sure you guys come back next Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we are going to say goodbye.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.